If you want to create a best-selling book on Amazon, there are 3 things that you need to pay attention to in the creation process. So actually, 2 of those are in the creation process, and the 3rd one will be in the launch process. So pay attention because we're going to go a little bit deeper into what they are and how you need to do them. If this is your first time here, you've never seen my video, I'm Karina with the Royalty Coach. I've trained hundreds and hundreds of students. I'm not going to bore you with my bio, but if you're interested, go to my bio and check it out. Now, let's start with the first one because this is the one that for whatever reason, people seem to think it's not as important or maybe they just don't know. The very first one is your cover. Your cover is your intro to Amazon. Okay. This is how you introduce your book, which means your cover has to be spot on. Your cover, honestly, is what makes people want to click on the listing. Okay, so if the cover isn't on point and it has a formula, okay, every single thing that you do for Amazon has a formula. The cover is no different. You need to have a cover that is clickable, that is juicy, that's interesting, that's beautiful. It has the right colors for your topic specifically, and it has the right image. The image really is all about providing a solution. When people look at your cover, they want to see a solution to their problem. They don't want to see a problem. And I'm going to give you this as homework, okay? Go to Amazon and check out some covers and just look at, a bunch of different topics and look at what the cover image shows. You will see that 80% of the time, the cover is actually showing a problem, not a solution. My friend, that's not the way to go. Okay. You want to show them a solution to the problem that they are there to solve. So you don't want to be showing and throwing their own problem in their face. You want to be showing with your book what's possible. And what's possible is the solution to the problem. That's number 1. Number 2, and very, very important, because you start working on this before you launch the book, if you want to go bestseller, that is, because, there's a lot of books out there that are published that will never hit bestseller. That's okay. Everybody has a different reason for doing things. But if your goal is to hit bestseller, to really be visible on Amazon and to really, hit a massive amounts of eyes, because obviously the more people see your book, the more people are going to want to buy your book. So if that's your goal, then you definitely should be heading towards the bestseller tag. So in order for us to get there, we need reviews, but we start working on reviews not when our book is live, like a lot of people do. We start working on our reviews probably about a month before we even publish, because it takes that long. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you here, because I know that a lot of you have this misconceived sort of, notion that the moment you're live, because you told 25 people or 40 of your best, kind of like colleagues and friends, that they will all leave you a review. And actually, the opposite is true. People have your best at heart. That's true, especially, your closer friends or, the people that you work with every day. The problem is life is lifing, and people forget. The other things get in the way. I generally will remind about 5 times, please leave me a review. Like, take 2 minutes right now and go leave me a review. That's 5 reminders per person. Imagine if you want to get to 100 reviews, and really the ratio there is 10% of people that you will ever ask will ever leave you a review. So if the ratio is 10% and you want 100 reviews, what's the math? Correct. It's about 1,000 people. Where are you getting them from? Because you need to be able to send 1,000 reminders. So there is a system. Of course, there's a system because everybody has a system. I have a system. I used to work extremely hard, to get reviews. I don't anymore. But that's because there are places and companies and things that you can do to get your reviews. I literally break all of this down and my program, like, step by step. So the second one was reviews. So let's go back. The first one was cover. It has a formula. It has to be on point. It needs to be clickable, and it needs to provide a solution with the image. The second is reviews. What's the third? The third, and the one that's skipped the most by publishers and authors, especially if you are brand new, is timing. Timing on Amazon is everything. Let me just be super clear. There is no such thing as I'm going to publish my book and I'm going to, get sales. No. In fact, the total opposite of that is true. If you don't have your reviews, your promo sites, your way of marketing your book very clearly organized before you publish. Once you publish, it's kind of too late because it's almost like a clock. You can start countdown from the moment you hit publish. So I don't even hit publish until all of these pieces are in place, because if I do, Amazon starts the countdown, and I do not want to be caught in this countdown without reviews coming, without my ads starting, without the visibility and the push that Amazon is going to give me just because they're Amazon. Listen, Amazon wants to sell your book because they make money on you. The problem is they stop pushing it if they see that there's nobody looking for it, nobody's stopping to look on your listing, no one's clicking your listing, nobody's interested, there's no reviews on it. They immediately take your book and go, okay, this one is not going to work, so I'm just going to push it down because I want to make space on the shelf for other books that are going to do well, that are going to make me money. So Amazon is very insensitive that way. It's obviously not personal. It's an algorithm. What do you expect from an algorithm, right? It's doing what it's meant to do. But on the other side of that wave is when your book actually has the visibility that it needs. Okay. So it is doing well. It is being seen. People are clicking on it. People are going to your listing and they are checking it out. Then the algorithm takes notice. And when it takes notice, it begins to put it in front of the people that it thinks might benefit. So that needs to be very clear in your title and subtitle, because if Amazon doesn't know who to put it in front of, it's very unlikely that it's going to put it in front of that person. So these three things are the most important. Let's review the cover, your reviews, and timing. Timing is everything. You have about 4 weeks to get your things organized before you hit publish. And then the countdown starts. The countdown is 4 weeks. Okay. In that time, I would love to see reviews, Amazon ads started, more reviews coming, more marketing on your part so that your book has the best chance ever on staying on page 1 for as long as it can, earning you that bestseller tag you've always wanted. Look, I'm doing a very cool come along with me contest. This is a challenge, okay? If you are a little afraid, if you don't know what to do, how to do it, you can follow along with me as I publish my next bestseller. You will have access to my community. You can ask questions. You will get to create your book alongside mine. This is the time to start publishing. Summer is coming. People are buying. And this is the best possible time for us to put our books in front of millions of people. I'll post the link below and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.